Joel Embiid is still doubtful. Half the Miami team is questionable. What could go wrong? Let's find some plays. Let's go. Hey, good morning, everyone. It is Craig Bennett, aka Cash Keg, back with another Superdraft video. We're going to do prop bets over at Superdraft. I got prop plays over there. We're going to drop and talk about this Miami at Philly game. They got to have this game. Like I said, Joel Embiid is doubtful. I don't think he's going to play, but you know, there's been some tweets out there that they're going to kind of figure out where he's going. I just don't see it, you know, but I don't think they have a chance if he doesn't play. So it's one of those things it's going to be hard to figure out. It is the first game. Hopefully we know sooner or later. And then Miami, the whole team is questionable. They've been questionable all series. I think they all play. The big key, though, is Lowry. Is Lowry going to play? He's been pushing to play. The team, has been kind of holding them out. They're up 2-0. They really don't need to, but Lowry wants to play. He is a Philly guy himself, so I can see him really wanting to play this game, especially in the playoffs, back where he's from. But it would change everything, and that's the key here. So I'm going to talk about some plays, but things can change so much in this game. So just remember that. Like if Lowry plays, I'm kind of have to try to figure out a few of these, and we'll talk about them. But hey, if you like these videos, if they help you at all, please hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications so you know when I upload the videos. The lines do move. And again, we're going to talk about Superdraft here. Very similar to some of the other sites that are out there. So let's just dive in and see what we have on tap for today. Let's go. All right, Superdraft. I got the Superdraft desktop up here. They have a mobile app you can download both on the Google and Apple Store. And if you do not have a Superdraft account, use a promo code ARMY and get 100% instant deposit match up to $100. The link is in the description below. And we are building tools for Superdraft player props as well. We have the NBA one done. We're going to throw up there. We got baseball almost done. We're going to continue to build out these tools. So if you want them and you are a member of Superdraft, you can get that for free as a VIP member. Everything's in the description below. So follow that and get access to those tools. Basically taking my projections and just bouncing off the lines that they have with the API. And it'll tell you the best edge play. So with that, we're going to talk about, again, this Miami-Philly game. I was looking at the line and trying to figure out what was going on here. So the line opened up back on Wednesday as Miami being a 1.5 point favorite. Then it flipped to Philly being a 1.5 point favorite on Thursday. And then now it's back to Miami being the favorite. So at 3.5 points. So it's went back and forth. So part of me says that Lowry's going to play, but then it's like, well, maybe that just means that Embiid is completely doubtful, and he's not going to play. It's really a hard read for me what's going to happen one way or the other, especially when we're talking, about something doing this at a little before 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today on Friday. It's really, really hard to decide what they're going to do here. So we're going to talk about a few plays, but this game, we really need the news. Lowry changes a bunch of things, and so does Embiid. I mean, Embiid changes a ton, but we're going to talk about the first one we're going to talk about here is we're going to talk about rebounds. And this is a play I only like if Kyle Lowry sits. So, if he sits, I like this Max Strus over 3.5 rebounds because he'll get the minutes. The minutes will definitely be there for him if they do sit him. And he sit this in 4 of his last 4 games, 5, 5, 5, and 4. And he's played a ton of minutes in those games. And that's the thing, in his last 5 games, he's averaged 32 minutes a game. I don't think we see that if Lowry plays. So this is a play that I would take the under if Lowry plays, and I would take the over if Lowry sits. So it's one of those things where you kind of have to, if you want to take a guess now, or if you kind of want to wait and get that news and then pull the trigger later. But it's super important on the news for this particular play with Strus, because I think his minutes will go way down if Lowry does play. I personally, if I was Miami, I wouldn't play Lowry this game. being up 2-0. But, like I said, it's hard to tell what he's going to do. I've tried to figure it out, and I have a hard time. But again, Max Strus, with the minutes he's getting, he's went over this in all 4 games that he's played, over 30 minutes there. He only played 27 minutes this last game, and he's still got 4 rebounds. But before that, he's doing pretty well. Had 4 fouls last game. That probably, did a little bit of it. But again, this whole team, they said Martin, Tucker, Lowry, Strus, Hero, Vincent, all questionable. Like I said, they've been that basically all series, except for Lowry. They upgraded him to questionable. So we just kind of have to figure it out. So Strus over rebounds if Lowry is out, under if he plays. So that's the first one we're going to talk about. Second one, we're going to go rebounds, and I'm going to go James Harden. I'm going to take the under here. They need this game. He's going to have to be the offensive load here. I really like this play on the under. He's going to have to do more scoring. Like, there's no two ways about it. He's only went over this mark in once of his last 10 games. The line's at 6.5 at a lot of books out there, and it's at -125. So we're getting it to 7 over here at Superdraft. You can take the under at rebounds for him. Miami's ranked 2nd in rebounds allowed, so they just suck up everything. The minutes are going to be for the Harden, but he's got to do more shooting and facilitating than worrying about rebounds. I think what hurts his rebounds as well is the fact that, Embiid does like to sit out on a 3-point line a little bit, and, having guys like DeAndre Jordan and Reed down there, they're not, threats to be out or outside the arc. So they live in that lane a lot, and they suck up a lot of rebounds, which pulls in guys like Tucker and Bam on the other side, which are both great rebounders. So I think that hurts his opportunity a lot. He did put up 9 rebounds in that first game against Miami, but before that, he's had 6 or less in every other game. So I'm going to say that one's kind of an outlier for him. And we're going to lean the under here. I think he's going to be focused way too much on the offensive side of the ball. And we're going to go under James Harden, 7 rebounds. Next one we're going to go is we're going to go back over to points. And we're going to go here. And I'm going to go Jimmy Butler. And I'm going to go under 22.5 points. I think Philly's going to do everything that they can here. If we kind of look what Jimmy Butler's did over the last, in this series, he's went under each time. There's plenty of ways that they have Oladipo off the bench. They have Tyler Hero off the bench. These guys have been, playing well where they don't have to rely on Jimmy Butler scoring so much. So both games in this series, he's went under 15 and 22 points with 16 and 15 shots. So the shots have been down. They've been handling them pretty well. I think he's focusing more on the defensive side. The under is around -120 on the books that are out there. So people are hitting this under. He's went under this mark, in the playoffs so far in every game but 2. So he's went over it in 2 of the last 7 games that they played in the playoffs, where he had monster games of 45 and 36. But he's went under this in each of those other games, on the road here. And again, if Lowry plays, I think it's just more options for guys to shoot. So with how much Strus shoots, though, and I said with Hero coming off the bench and how hot he's been, I think that really hurts Jimmy Butler's upside in points, because Hero's just been on a tear here. So I do like the under here, for Jimmy Butler, just with, just looking at it. Except even if Lowry plays, I'd still like the under here. I think a lot of it has to do with just how efficient that second unit's been. And I don't see that stopping now. I think Hero's going to continue to do well, and I think that just hurts the upside of Jimmy's points, because they're so deep they can do whatever they want. So we're going to take Jimmy Butler under here. And then the last one we're going to talk about here, we're going to go over to back to rebounds again, and I'm going to go Tobias Harris, and I'm going to go under 7 rebounds here as well. Both of the games that they played this year, played in this series, he's had 6 and 4 rebounds, which is, pretty crazy to think about, but the same kind of thing. I think it has a lot to do with it. I talked about James Harden. I think it has a lot to do with, DeAndre Jordan living in the paint when he's out there starting. Same kind of thing with Reed. Those guys just are not out on the arc like Joel Embiid are, that opens up some rebounds. Because Embiid will get out there, run that pick and roll, and he'll also sit on the arc and shoot threes. You're not going to see Jordan sitting out there shooting threes. He's going to be living in the paint. Reed does the same thing. He just lives in the paint. So, those guys, I don't see I think that's what hurts these guys' rebounds, because these guys are going to be looking to score. They have to get points out of Harden, Maxey, and Tobias Harris. And I just think that this what really hurts his rebound numbers. If we look what he's done, like I said, the two games of the series have been down. Even when he played with Embiid, where his rebounds were up, they were only 8 in 3 games this year against Miami, but he hadn't beat those games. And now that he doesn't, you would think it would help his rebound numbers, but watching the games, I think that's what's hurting him. So the juice is on the under as this as well, at the 7.5 rebound mark at -145. So people are pounding this under, and I think we could take advantage of it as well. I think he's going to have to do more on the scoring side. So we got one over, which could be an under if Lowry plays with Strus, and then the rest of them are unders. So if we had to look at these and I had to rank them, I would take James Harden under 7 rebounds, Tobias Harris under 7 rebounds is number 2, Jimmy Butler under 22.5 points is number 3, and then Max Strus, like I said, this one depends on Lowry. If Lowry is out, I'll take the over 3.5 rebounds. If he plays, I'll take the under 3.5 rebounds. So there's 4 plays for you over here at Superdraft. If you like these videos, you want more Superdraft videos, we'll keep knocking them out for you. Like I said, it's very similar to Prize Picks. I like it a lot. I like their layout. It's very clean, very easy to read here, and we'll just keep knocking these out and keep on rolling. So with that, again, I appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.